All right, call the meeting to order. November 11th, 2024. Time is 7:01 p.m. Let's start off with saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Also, I want to say with today being Veterans Day, thank you to all the veterans who have served and to all the families that have loved ones serving at this time. All right, let's do roll call of board members, please.
Donahue. Absent. Cunningham.
Here.
Aiken. Here. Gage.
Here.
Mills.
Present.
Trevino is absent.
All right, everybody's got a copy of the minutes in front of them from the meeting in October. Looking for approval of the minutes.
Motion approved.
Got a motion to approve the minutes as printed by Mills. We have a second.
Yes.
Second by Cottingham. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Correspondence. So under correspondence today, was it today in the mail? When whoever picked up the mail, we have water payments that was sent from October. Dawn has them with us. We're just now receiving them in the mail.
So I have, I had one from Ella Puckett that was post-dated here at the Shipman location as October 26th. And then I have Payment Processing Center that for Quirk and Irwin that I was on the phone with Irwin during the printing of the new bills because she said she had sent it and it was not cashed. So so I contacted her and let her know that it's been received. And then this one is a return to sender, not deliverable, as addressed, unable to forward. And that's got a postmark in Champaign at October 5th of 2024. And so that would have been last month's bill, not this month's bill. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there that, you know, like this is examples of what we have going on with that. With Irwin though, also, these are what the checks look like when they come from, like when you do your bill pay through your bank, they come like this. So when you go on there and you plug in all your information to send me the payment on, let's say it's due the 31st, so you say pay it on the 31st. Well, that's when most of the banks are cutting those checks. That's what I'm finding on the ones that we receive right now. Anyway, they're cutting the checks on that day, so then they have to go through the mail to get to me. So if you post it to be paid on the 31st, then it's got 4 or 5 days to get to me, and that's if there's no delay in the mail. So we have that delay going on. If you pay it in the Shipman Water UB Max system, like that's printed on your bill, it automatically shows up on here and it automatically shows up on your account because it's like paying it with a credit card anywhere else. So it does it right here, right away. So there's no delay. And then I have had 3 return insufficient funds checks this last little bit that I'm sending a copy of the return check to them and with the information that it needs to be brought current or paid with a money order or cash, not a personal check.
Okay.
Money order, cashier's check, personal, or cashier.
Okay, also under correspondence, Dawn has the candidate packets. They are, due for pickup tomorrow through Friday.
No, I've handed out 4 packets so far. They have to be turned back in. First day to file them with me is tomorrow, and the last day to file them with me is the 18th. You have to have 2 signatures minimum, 52 maximum. It has to be returned to me. The economic interest statement has to be filed at Macoupin County, and you bring me the receipt to put with your packet. So I have some still printed up and ready to go. I've got 4 packets out, but we have 7, 8 positions open that need to be.
All the board members, the mayor, and was secretary treasurer elected?
The clerk
Well,
is
secretary,
elected,
yeah.
the treasurer is appointed. So
Be a clean slate.
don't everybody rush at once.
Okay, old business. Discussion and possible action regarding the dam inspection. We have got to get Hennigan and Associates over here to get this taken care of. I know we had, what was his name, Seth Elliott, here at one time and talked about that. So we do have to get that and get that taken care of so that that can be sent into the state, showing that we've had our dam inspection and everything done with that.
Did he send you a bid this year? Did you get a bid from him?
I don't know if he gave us a bid. He came and he discussed that.
Has that been this year? That a meeting maybe I missed?
Yes, he
Oh,
was here
okay.
this year.
Okay.
Because he said that what they had done out there and dug that little ditch to the side of that was not appropriate when he was here, and they talked about doing that.
Okay.
Fixing the culvert. And so, yeah,
Well, you want me to email him and have him give us a bid, send a bid to us, a not to exceed number, so we know what we're doing with.
yeah,
Okay.
That little ditch was put in there as an emergency.
so.
Couldn't get the overflow filled, fixed in time, so they dug a ditch around it, emergency.
Okay.
All right, discussion on the culverts at Park Street. So after last meeting, I spoke with Jim Burns. He has the culverts ordered. They should be here sometime this week. He's gonna call me when they are going to be here to deliver the culverts over at Park Street and, set something up so that the culverts can be replaced over at Park Street.
You just got Park Street to finish yet.
On top of that, I had a individual from town call and was inquiring as to why he had put a bid in last year, who has a business here, and was not brought up on that this time. So when we start doing this stuff, we'll just start putting it out for bids and put it in the paper. That way we don't have this issue again. So that's the update on the culverts at Park Street.
What's the update on that Prairie Street?
Yep, beat on Prairie Street, what?
Finish it. It was voted on, but the board put that tube in and the tube's in, but not the T.
Okay, so Jack, you and Brian had him not, you'd send that stuff back after he'd went and
We
got it.
never had him send it back.
Okay. Anyway,
Well, what's the standing on it? He told me that he was told not to do it.
that's not what he told me. He
Well,
said
I
he
talked to
drove
him-
2
I
hours
talked
to
to
go get the pieces, and then
I talked to him
you
last.
guys told him that it had to go through the county in order to be paid for.
No.
So,
Did he go through the county?
well, I think he did. You would know.
I wasn't in on that part.
Yeah, you was there.
Oh, okay,
So, moving on.
but we gonna finish that project?
Reports. Finance. Approval of the bills.
Mr. Mayor, are we gonna finish that project or?
Yes, because that's at your brother's, Jack. We're going to finish
That's
it.
not, I don't care about my brother's part,
Yes,
but I just wanna know if we're gonna finish it.
yes.
Thank you.
It should have been taken care of the first time and should not have been told to send the pieces back to
He
Timewell
didn't have.
after he went and got them.
He didn't have them done as far as I know.
He did.
I told him we could time on and get them.
No, that's not what you told him. He went to Timewell and got them.
I'm not.
So you're
I'm
telling
not gonna
him,
argue
telling
for
me
it.
that he's lying to me?
It might have been, I don't know. I
Okay.
talked to him last night.
Moving on to the finance approval of the bills.
You guys should have the, bill envelope, it's right there. Right here, Jack.
Jack, right up there.
What, this?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, was you not there when he was talking about that? And did he not tell you the same thing, Mr. Pattingham?
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Where's the bills at? We'll put it in there.
Excuse me, I didn't write down.
I got a letter here from the Twin River Stone. It's supposed to be in, where's the bills at here?
Not to be snarky, but if you look in the bill packet, they're in there.
The bill from Twin Rivers?
Yeah.
Well, I got a call Friday. I tried to call you.
I know, and I passed along the information to the appropriate person who deals with paying those bills. So I did my part,
Hey, thank you.
and it's in there, so before you start,
Amanda
getting
called
mad
me
at me.
today.
Look
Amanda
in
called me
there.
today and said she had it in here. She worked with them so we get it paid. The guy dropped this off my house about 5 o'clock. You wanna look at it? What is quarter inch clean rock and 1 inch clean rock.
Mr. Jacob, what did we order rock for that we would be ordering that?
Pardon my reach here. These, the attached invoice for breakdown states. This was around the time Paul Hayes placed his sewer at his shop. Is the village responsible for this invoice? Are you? Same on this one. So that should answer your question right there, or at least open it up with some
Well, I've got it all right here from, I'll give it to you. Cause then you dropped it off my house.
So, Jacob-
Is the number the same? Is the total the same here that is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cause he called me Friday and said, I haven't gotten paid, and this is, what's the date? 3/31 and 4/15, something like that.
So Jacob, back March 31st, did we get rock from down at Twin River Stone?
Is that,
And on April the 15th,
we got the, I think it's CA6 with the lime on it,
CA7,
or
C7. That is 1 inch clean.
did we get 1 inch clean rock?
no, it's got lime in it. There's still some at the shop.
This says right here, clean.
Well, no, I didn't get that thing.
And this says for a sewer job.
Yep. 31/309, $201, and that's, create clean. 31358 building number. This guy just gave them to me a while ago. I called him asking him what them numbers were, they had on here, cause they just had the building number, it didn't tell you what the CA7 or whatever. Didn't tell you what it was for me.
There's no rock, you got the,
So, it says, please see the attached invoice, like you said, Don, for the breakdown. This was around the time Paul Hayes placed his septic at his shop. Is the village responsible for this invoice? So did they go down and haul their own rock? Because I don't believe there was ever a payment for the hookup fee for the sewer there.
If you look there on that one bill, I just gave you, it says, precision on it. That would be him.
Okay, and she's got a note here. Is this the village's responsible? Is the village responsible for this invoice? So all three of these have that. Sewer job, sewer job, sewer job, 3/8 clean, 1 inch clean rock. I don't think he's hauled any rock for us here lately, has he? Hasn't it been, hauled out of like Tri-Hold or whoever it is out of Carlinville?
If you have any questions, you can call Mark Maxey, Twin River Stone. And it's, I think Salem, Maryland, but his cell phone is Mark 1-618-322-0477.
So you're thinking it got delivered at a private residence and it's not our obligation, is that what you're
So-
trying to run down?
So they put a septic tank in up here at the shop. And they did it, Jacob would know more about it. They put their own septic in, tapped into the line, to our line with their tank. And apparently this is rock that they've hauled, to backfill and cover over to
Yeah,
do
he
whatever
told me
with.
because he bought the tank, and bought the material built from the tank, came out and did the work, that he thought it'd be okay to charge the town for chip rock, and then I'm assuming the 1 inch clean is for bring back up to grade with the rest of the parking lot.
And you really don't want 1 inch clean, do you, for grade?
Why, I mean, me
For
personally, no.
rock, you want something to hold together. That'd be like putting a bunch of marbles together. You gotta have linemen or hold it.
But regardless, it's Precision that hauled it.
Yeah, it's right there on the bill. But we owed somebody owed $735.89.
So you assume that that's just us, that we pay that?
I don't know who it is.
I think we need to talk to Paul and see what's going on there, because that was so far back that nobody has a good memory about what's going on or what happened. So I think we ought to check with Paul, get hold of this gentleman and tell him that we're getting a hold of Paul. And find out what's
Got a
going on.
pin? Mark,
You wanna make sure that doesn't get approved.
M-A-X-E-Y.
If what?
A-X-E-Y, Maxey, he said.
Okay.
1-618-322-0477.
Okay.
That's, and on that invoice, it's got the Salem number on it. That's his personal number, you get a hold of Salem. I don't know how he got my phone number.
That's, check on that.
Do we have to pay that to keep our credit good down there? Because we always haul rock out there, we're gonna rock the streets,
Is it the supplier or the hauler that's giving you
the supplier. Twin River Stone, 9434 Godfrey Road.
I will call him tomorrow and explain the situation to him.
the, and you sent the credit bill if you don't know yet?
Tell him that, you know what, we're not sure that it's our bill, but if it is, we will,
Yeah, it makes more sense to me.
That's Mark Maxey's number. You copy that down?
yes.
It's right here. Got it. Right there, on the bill, that's telling.
Yeah, I think the motion will have to be to pay all the bills except that Maxi bill, contingent upon confirmation that it's actually a village bill. That's the best way to handle that, Mayor, just make it contingent upon a phone call to get confirmation that it's our bill. Then that way you can prove the rest of the bills on the list.
Then if he confirms it, can he go ahead and pay it?
You make the
You
motion,
gotta get that paid.
Make the
It's our
motion.
bill.
you make the motion contingent upon that, on confirmation. Yeah, no problem at all. Was it a water bill? What is that? How much are you guys paying this month? I don't keep track of your bills.
Well, the top line's past due.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Do you wanna look at any more of this? No, I'll pass it on.
There's a payment this month.
Can you pass that around so we can see
There's a
that?
payment.
Scott, just the
Coming out
water
this month.
bill, what I don't like to see.
I don't know. I'm just telling you how much is coming
Yeah.
out. So it won't be past due $10,000 anymore.
Is this always due on the 15th, do you know, Don? Jersey County Rural Water. What's that?
I'm pretty sure.
It is, okay.
I can go find out, cause I have copies of all the articles, or all those for the water records.
Mhm.
Do you want to look?
No. So in December, we should have a meeting on the 9th that will be well in advance of the 15th.
Don't you have the right to pay a bill like that rather than incur interest on it, overdue interest? The secretary or treasurer had before, had the right to pay the bill ahead of time, before approval, we approve next meeting. We don't need to be paying, what's that, say, $1,000 on that water bill, interest, late fee?
$1,200. I believe there is something in there that says that there's a bill that is going to be due, that it can be paid.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And then we just put it on there and say that it was paid because it's a reoccurring bill. Something is water, something is electricity, something like that. So,
Rather than incur that $1,000, we don't need $1,000 late fee right now.
so I don't see in coming months there to be a reason why it is not paid by the 15th. We should have a meeting
That
long
comes in,
before.
that ought to be a check, go right back out the
So,
door. Same, any bill like that comes in.
On that rock, when did they send their first bill for that rock?
I seen it. First bill I seen was this afternoon.
Okay, has anybody else seen a bill on that rock that?
I have,
I got a call Friday from Mark, I don't know how he got ahold of me, but I got a call from him. I said, well, I gotta have more information than this, I gotta have something, so I can take up, show him what's going on.
Exactly, that's the first time it's
Sounds
ever
like he
been
was
brought
trying
up.
to, sounds like he was trying to get paid down there and they didn't pay
Yeah.
him, so he just sent it here.
Exactly, so,
Sounds
you know, we need to get to the bottom of it, but I was wondering if it was slipping through the cracks here. Evidently, nobody knew about it or anything else, so we need to follow up with, him and Paul and find out what's going on there.
But he called me then, I called Dawn and she took it on to Amanda. And then Amanda called me today and said it's gonna be on the bill tonight. He dropped that off my mailbox this afternoon. But I want some numbers, what it was for. I didn't understand them C7s and that other one. But he explained it.
Can you go call Paul and see if that's where you got hold?
I'll get with him. I'll call this Mark in the morning and talk to him. And
Probably ought to say, I think Willie told me he lived in Highland. But you take any kind of business like that around, they're not locally owned anymore.
I don't think we pay something that's not ours. If it's ours, then we'll pay it. I agree with that. But, you know, if it's not rock that we hauled and that we're using. So,
But 1-inch rock wouldn't do that. Out of plant, sewer plant,
No, that'd be
1-inch
way too big.
rock would be too. It's all gotta be filter sand, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 0.25 to 1 millimeter, all big as big.
You get that out of Lake Carlisle.
Carlisle or down in, Bridgeton.
all right, so do we see any other discrepancies? Other than the Twin Rivers stone for the 735? All right, so do we have a motion to pay the bills
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
with the contingency of the
Yeah,
rock bill? If we find out that it's ours, we'll pay it,
as soon as
otherwise,
possible, yeah.
okay. So I got a motion by Eichen to pay the bills as printed with the contingency of the Twin Rivers stone. If it's our bill, that we will pay it. If it's not our bill, we will pass it on. We
Second.
have a second. We got a second by Mills. Let's roll call that, please.
Donahue's absent. Cottingham,
Yes.
Eichen,
Yes,
Gage,
Yes.
Mills,
Yes.
Trevino's absent.
All right, everyone has a copy of the finance report in front of them. Noted that the water is in a negative, however, with that, I guess water bills are rolling in, so.
we need to start posting the late fees too on the window out front. Maybe that'll get people sending their money in sooner.
Anybody have anything on the financial statement? If not, do we have a motion to approve the financial reports?
Okay, in regard to the water bill,
Yes.
Amanda said she dropped it off in night drop because she was in Jerseyville on the 15th, so they received it on the 16th.
One day.
One day cost a lot of money.
Yes, it did.
Well, and we see how the mail is too. I mean, so
No, I know.
sending it through the mail. So unless we wanna say, okay, we're gonna pay you the federal mileage rate to run that over there.
They're not very forgiving, are they?
How much was it, just out of curiosity?
The bill,
No, the day,
$1,200,
Late fee.
it's 10%.
right?
You know what? People in this day and age are here to make money. They're not here to make
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
So,
I was just curious, I'm not
Yeah.
pointing fingers at her, just, the realization of, it's a hefty amount, more than what I thought it would be.
Well, it's 10%, so
Right.
like, even our bills, but when we send our bills out, it's 10%. So we have a few people who are like, I'm not paying that late fee because I had it in the Dropbox that night.
Right.
Well, I mean, so we have a couple that are not paying $7.18 or $5.32
Yeah.
because they think that it's ridiculous that I'm giving them a late fee 2 days after. So that just shows you I'm not doing anything that
Right.
isn't being done to us, so.
But we put a little note on the window out there, I think that might make you feel pay up. So get
not
ours
in this
up
day and age,
to
I don't think.
Well,
People
I-
don't
You
care.
were trying.
here's the thing, I have to handwrite out these late fees, and I haven't posted it because it's not pulling the right report, and I don't know why it started doing that, but used to, I could print the late payments, like the aged balance report tonight, and it would show only the stuff that was not currently due, but now it shows even the current ones that, like, so let's say you, Jack, you paid me your bill, but now I have a new bill out that needs to be paid by the end of this month. If I pulled that report tonight, your bill is gonna be on there saying that you're late.
Well, like my bill, my check didn't get cashed, it was either Friday or Saturday, my wife keeps track of that.
But it's posted in here. It's posted in here.
That's right.
I don't make trips out of town
No.
every single day, so
As
sometimes,
long as I don't go over the overdue date on that after my checks are dropped off in the box out front.
no, I don't okay, so just because it hasn't cleared your bank, doesn't mean it's not posted to your account.
Okay.
It was different when the bank was here. You would come up here, you'd pay your bill, and it posted
As long as this thing
right,
is posted here, then we're free,
yeah.
as long as you got it posted.
Yeah, when I go to do the late fees, even if it's like on the 3rd, I come up here, if it was in there, if I didn't get, let's say I didn't get up here to do it on the 1st and 2nd. So I'm here first thing on the 3rd. If that is in there on the 3rd, you're getting credit for it because I don't know when you put it in there. You could have put it in there on the 31st and I just wasn't in here on the 1st.
That'll probably be in there tomorrow or the next day. Wife makes that check, I'll drop it in the box.
And that's another thing, like, if you live here in town, if you wanna make sure that it's not getting lost in the mail, you can put it in the drop box up here at the bank.
That's where it goes right out.
It's locked safe, so you don't have to worry about something happening to your payment if you just drop it in the bank here. It's the same as coming up to the post office and putting it in their box. You can just put it in here. But no, if it's in that box, when I go to do the late fees, I post those before I do the late fees. So right now, if I were to print this, it's gonna show everybody's bill, the ones that I just added to it. It's gonna be like 16 pages because it's gonna have everybody's on there and you're gonna have like this many days, this many, and so let's say, well, this second one on here, they won't pay the $7.18 late fee, even though I've discussed it with them multiple times of why it's on there. They were credited a couple of late fees, but this one they will not pay. So this currently says that they are 795 days in late. But that's because that $7.18 is hanging out there. $7.18 makes it look like they haven't paid their bill for 700, because that's the number of days that they've had any balance. So even if it's 1 penny that you didn't get paid, so like I have a couple of accounts where maybe $55.36 is what was due, but they wrote the check for 35 cents. So now they have that penny hanging out there. So it's gonna show that they're like really late, but they're not.
Well, my big
It's 1
concern
penny.
was, you know, when the bank clears it, that's when you post it. You post it and then take it to the bank, so that,
Yeah, so,
we're losing money in between.
Huh?
I paid you the bill and the bank don't get it posted on our account right away. Because you can't get down there every day, I realize that.
right, because I don't even have a car every day. So, anytime that we make that trip down there, I try and grab what we have. Like, I go to Brighton sometimes, I go to Alton sometimes, it's whichever direction I'm going, I'll get one of those banks. But if I have some that have been posted, I will grab them and take them with me. Now, if you dropped it in there last night, I'm not gonna post those and then hurry up and, so it might be a week to 10 days before I get back out to do
As long
those
as you got that before,
deposits.
for the past due date.
Well, the past due date has been backed up till the end of the month because we had issues with the mail and everything else. People was getting it on the 18th or the 19th and the bill's due on the 20th, so, you know, gave them some leeway of going to the end of the month. I mean,
So then when I posted the late fees this time, it got done on the 6th. The late fees got posted on the 6th. The new bills got posted on the 6th. So those who get emails got an email saying, you have a late fee, this is your new amount. And then, I don't know, an hour later, they got another email saying, here's your new bill. So then everybody who got that, the two of them, one right on top of each other, were calling me because they didn't understand why they were getting 2 bills. So it doesn't matter what I do in this seat for the water clerk, I'm gonna make somebody mad. So I cannot do the thing that makes everybody happy. I can't.
It's
So
still cheaper than yours.
I'm trying my best.
I
But these are
appreciate all your help.
the little
What's
hiccups
your
that we
sister's
have.
worth? $120, $30?
What was your question?
What was your sister's worth? You tell us one time, $120, $30?
Water and sewer is about 85 to 90 bucks.
There's mine, 2 people.
so unless we wanna pay to
We just,
send somebody to run the town every day, same way with the water bill, I mean,
We can
Yours
send
is
Jacob
water.
to pay. And we're only
they're
paying,
sticking it to us.
that's a heck of a lot less money than $1,200, but
right?
then he would be leaving town.
I don't think that's a good idea. And leaving town every day.
Well, he wouldn't be
It's
leaving.
not leaving town every day, it's when we need him to run to Jersey County or run to the bank.
No, not to the bank, to Jersey County to pay the water bill.
Right, what, is she gonna print it here and you pick it up, or is she gonna have to go to the bank to get it?
Well, it'd be the same as what we do for a couple of the water bills. Or well, when we do the late notices, I just put them on his desk and ask him to hand deliver or
Okay,
put them on their doors
okay. And that would be it.
when there's a little hiccup. But I mean, that,
I would say for $1,200, we'll send you to Jerseyville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway, financial
Go at
report.
lunchtime.
Get you some good lunch.
All right, back to the financial report. Do we have any more discussion?
I don't.
We have a motion to accept the financial report as printed.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion by Cottingham to accept the financial report as printed. Do we have a second? Got a second by Mills. All those in favor, aye.
I,
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Cemetery committee, anybody got anything for the cemetery?
no, I do not.
All right. Health and safety. Anybody got anything for health and safety? We'll cover it down.
No, I kinda do. You got enough warm clothes and stuff for the winter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You still got uniform allowance to use up?
Should have.
Make sure you get it used up by the end of the year, because that's calendar to calendar. January 1 to December 31.
Just land and see what I got left, but I don't got
Don't lose it.
250.
Use it.
Okay,
Just make sure you have a clean shirt, jacket, whatever, when you have a funeral out there. You go to grave, go back home, put on a clean shirt, a clean jacket, so be presentable when family comes around. Cause that's the wrong time, people are down.
But trying to be out there when the family's out there, plus,
Yeah.
backfilling, but
Yeah, inevitably, don't be.
all right. Park Association, I do not see Steve or, you're not on Park Association, are you? You ought to join. Streets and sidewalks,
Nothing,
nothing?
except for the Parks thing, the Park Street.
Yeah.
There's some holes out there that aren't gonna be patched.
Okay.
Out on Prairie Street. I got two, there's one right in front of my driveway, right just south of my driveway, one north. With the big trucks run over it, it's holding water. The water seeping to it, making the ground soft, and the trucks run over it now, it's pushing out towards the ditch. We need something put in there, to bring that back up so the water don't lay there.
Okay.
And right on the other side of the Humpty Dumpty, there's a hole there where that grinder went through there a few years ago. The motor exploded, dumped all the motor oil on the road. It's beating the hole out right where that thing drops off. It softened that dirt up. Can you believe that? That's been 7 or 8 years ago.
Can you drive out there and take a look at that?
I'll drive out there and take a look at it.
Awesome.
Just right over the Humpty Dumpty, you'll see it, right? East side of my driveway, you see it. They're about ready to start hauling the train back out in December. And they will pound the heck out of her. And they get all Lloyd's and Sheldon's.
Water and sewer. Well, a couple things that I know we'll discuss in new business.
Well, we've covered lunch, so.
Maintenance, Jacob,
the valve did come in for the sewer plant.
valve is in.
Waiting on Dwight, he had some personal issues to put it in where he, when he's back up to par and
Okay,
able, and then there's been, well, some sewer lines backing up from Barnett's down to, we'll just say to the Carnival lift station. Lift station on Carnival Road that we're gonna do something with this. It's back like basically from 16 all the way to Carnival Road. Everybody along that ditch is having problems. That I spoke to anyway. Not every house, but majority of them. I've had 4 inches of of shit water in my basement for the last 4 days because of it, so.
Barnett's had problems, he called you what,
Yeah.
5 o'clock this morning, and
Yeah, 'cause it's backing up and filling his tank where it's, when he flushes the toilet, it's backing up in his tub.
Is there a lift station or something there close?
Closest one is the one on Carnival Road, or just past the auction house
Let that run down.
Okay, which way is his,
to Carnival Road. Basically it goes from over here by Cal Christopher, under the tracks, to Barnett's, to right there by Verdes, across to the one in my driveway, and then down the ditch to Carnival Road, the lift station.
Right there, Phil Mavis's yard.
Yep.
Does that need yield out? Would that work?
I ran it from Barnett's to the one right there, the manhole on 16, from that manhole to the one by Mike Verdes, from that one to my driveway, and it's flowing, but it's
That one
not.
not on down. Is that too close?
Well, and I ran it from Park Street across and then all the way up to Schultz Street, and it's flowing, but it's not really helping.
What about on down? Blacktop.
You know,
You don't know where the float's at till you run the whole
well,
thing.
it's between Barnett's and Schultz Street.
The float, is that where it's at? Is everything off from there on down good?
Yeah, I mean, but there's still a problem, it's just not backing up in their house as bad as it is from there to Barnett's.
so the water's standing back here on the south end.
Yeah. Cause I can pump it from Barnett's or any of them right there to Schultz Street, and it'll keep up. But then everybody down there can't flush their toilets because it backs up in their tub.
You gotta get that fixed. Where's White?
They just got out of the hospital, or he's actually still probably in the hospital, but he had surgery this morning. I can call him if you'd like.
Nope.
You gotta get him over, get him on that.
Oh,
Or somebody.
Man, he's been on it.
He's been over here and looked at it. One of the options is to have somebody come in and run a camera down it and heel or
A gym.
whatever it is. Or do we buy a camera and run it down there and buy an attachment for our pressure washer, and we can do it for anything that we have here in town? Talking about $2,000 to get somebody to come and run it, and that was starting over Route 16 and running it, to Park Street.
Mm-hmm.
How big a line is that?
From Barnett's to Long Street is 8 inch, and then from there to Schultz Street's all 6.
Okay.
But on the west side of the ditch is 6 inch, and then right there from Corby's down to that lift station is 8 inch. Which from Corby's, Josh Corby's down to that lift station, they're not having problems, but it's the other side of the ditch. Like, Dallas Sherman, Steve Warren, Steve, Voyette. I didn't check Jack, who lives right there behind my house, but like I said, I got 4 inches of sewer water in my basement, and then Dan Barnett.
That's all Dan needs right now. Just problems.
I think, then it'll be back up information.
He said he'll be driving around, or he can come out, probably Wednesday, but he's not, ain't gonna be doing nothing for 4 to 5 days.
No, I understand.
He get his expertise, that's the thing.
Well, and that's what he suggested, having somebody come in and either back it out or jet it out. Well, I called Burns and he hasn't called me back, and then I called, Lovis's up in Carlinville. And that's where the $2,000 come from, that he's gonna charge to go from 16 to Park Street.
We just check tomorrow.
Right, and I gave,
If you get, I'd say get somebody, get them in there as quick as you can. That opened up where the EPA comes in here.
Well, the thing is, we wanna run a camera down there if we can, see where it's at. We'll do some check tomorrow.
Something like that's gotta be done quick.
Well, I think they've been on it for several days. Dwight's been over here, I know.
yeah,
I spoke with him and Jacob and this and that, so not like we've neglected it, but
If you got Dwight here, you to show that, hey, I made an effort, making an effort, try to fix it.
Dwight's been here, he was here Wednesday, he sent a guy over here Thursday and half a day Friday, Belvin. So, I mean, he's been over here, he's been up until he had this episode Saturday morning where he went to the hospital and said he had to have surgery this morning, surgery at 7 o'clock this morning.
You know how the EPA operates,
That I do.
so you gotta give them wide berth.
We're only up and up with them. We need to watch, talk to them, we've been communicating with them.
They know this is going on.
Yep.
Okay. As long as they're giving us a window to get it fixed in. That's hard to believe on EPA.
Well, they're seeing, it's not like we're just letting it go, it's been being addressed and we're, only do so much so fast. But I got the plans back for 16. We are gonna need 3 water valve risers when they repave the 16, which they're just 6 inches, and they're just gonna be probably 1.5 inches, they said, all hard, but because when they come through, it's gonna be raising that much more, so rather than being under asphalt, then
okay.
so
How much are them?
I haven't looked at them yet, which they're not coming through and gonna start on until next spring, so.
Okay.
But just that way, it's out in the air that we are gonna have to have them.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay, moving on to new business. So the discussion, possible action regarding the sewer lines, that was one of the things that was put on here. Lauren, you're gonna check on that and let me know what you can find out with that tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. Discussion, possible action regarding the 4 gas meter purchase. So last month we tabled this because we didn't have the paperwork. I do have the paperwork on that from Schulte Supply, and that's the one that you talked to from your workplace, Lauren.
Yes, sir.
Would you please pass them around? That's why I wasn't sure I can't separate paper.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so, oh, sorry, yes. I know you said you checked on this down there with your workplace, Lauren, and you said that the guy that you talked to said that the $27.75, if that was what we had, that was a very good deal.
That's a good.
So now, here we are dealing with this sewer and stuff and having to get down there. I'm not gonna send somebody down into a situation where we have no idea what's in there or what the oxygen saturation is or anything like that. So, this was from Schulte Supply down in Edwardsville. That's for the monitor, for the 10-foot hose and probe, and it has its own the calibration station. I know we talked about that at one time. But seems like it'd be kind of redundant or silly to not buy a calibration station and have it instead of running it somewhere to be calibrated all of the time. Here is what it looks like. If you guys want to look at it, we'll pass that around.
Something that's valuable, you kept up here. Not in the back of the truck.
Well, yeah.
They gone so
How deep are these holes?
They're very, like one, for instance, it's over on 16, it's probably 20 foot deep.
A sewer?
Yeah.
The one out of the subway, that's not included in that one, is it?
No, that's not,
That's just a
that's
drain
not,
there.
yeah, that's not water runoff, that's sewer.
I can't picture what, 20 footer versus.
We can go over there, pump down, I'll show you.
It's hard to just because I guess it is.
Thanks.
You gotta be down that deep, I guess there's not much we can do about it.
I'm not gonna
How
come down
deep
there.
it is.
Well, I mean, you talk EPA and you talk OSHA violations as well, so
Yeah,
you gotta have it
confined-
monitored.
It's a confined space.
So I think I think you've gotta do it. And you already got the calibration station figured into it. How often are they gonna be calibrated?
I don't remember what Don told me, I don't remember if it was every 3 months or every 6 months or.
So you're probably talking several $100s to have it sent off, to have it calibrated. You're gonna pay for that calibration station over,
Yeah.
a year's time probably.
Yeah.
So you're
Down at the refinery, it's mandatory we calibrate them once a month. It's got a sticker on it, but if you're doing multiple jobs, they'll calibrate it daily. They'll take it down there by the shop, tell them just to bump it, and then they'll go on about their business. So, but once a month is what we calibrate down there, that's mandatory.
So, I mean, your return on investment to get the calibration station, I think, is gonna pay for itself in probably a year's time. If not, we're gonna be talking about it next year, paying $2,000 to send it off, and we could've just bought it now, so. And you gotta have it, I mean, there's no way around it, we gotta
I'm
have it.
not getting down there without knowing, so.
You gotta make a motion.
I'm looking to see where we can get the money from.
Yeah, sewer's got it.
You gotta come out of sewer. You can't come out of motor fuel with that.
No,
Sewer's got 40, almost 49,000.
sewer would be the only thing.
Well, that's what you're working for.
That's what it's for, it's for
Yeah.
sewer.
Well, I'm just talking about money in the bank.
No, I know, I know. But I mean, that's what it's actually for, is a sewer project, so.
We gotta be running pretty, we gotta watch ourselves here on our budget for a while, till we get things lined out, cause it's, that 48,000 could disappear in a heartbeat.
Oh,
And our sewer system's getting old enough, we're gonna have broken lines here, there, and yonder. We'll be repairing a lot of it, repair the water system.
Well, somebody could write a grant like they did in Medora. I mean, that's all I've heard for the last 3 months.
we gotta have it, and if he might have to get down there in that one over here on Westview. There's Barnett's or whatever. How you gonna fish that eel down through there? Or the camera down through there?
You would have to have it sooner or later, I guess you have to get it over with.
You gotta have it, so I
Got a
make a
motion?
motion to go ahead and buy it.
I got a motion from Cottingham to purchase the 4 gas meter with the calibration station and the 10-foot hose and probe. Do I have a second?
A second.
Got a second by Mr. Gage. Let's roll call that, please.
Donahue's absent, Cottingham?
Yeah.
Aiken?
Yes.
Gage?
Yes.
Mills?
Yes.
Trevino's absent.
Right here.
Also been.
Like one day.
All right, so the other thing that I have under new business is discussion possible action of the old town hall. I don't know if any of you have been in that thing lately, but that thing, I know when we was over there was in a state of disrepair. I mean, we need to do something with it before it falls down on somebody. I know they had a banquet or something in there over the weekend. I was in there today. You've got mice up there and the lights. Some of the lights work, some of the lights don't work. I know that's one of the reasons why we didn't fix the old town hall was, it was too far gone. So, I don't think that we should rent that out because I don't think we want to be liable for something to happen. Like I say, I was over there today and it's terrible.
Get it appraised and sell it as excess property.
I still know we're going to buy that thing.
The only other option costs you money.
Yeah, it needs new roof, it needs paint pointed. It needs,
I know at one time was to tear
Put
it
it
down
out there,
and
see if
just
somebody
make
wants to
it
buy it.
a parking
Don't
lot.
think that's it, tear it down.
That's,
put it out there, we can't afford to tear it down.
you can't afford a gas gauge.
Right,
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
right.
You'd be surprised what people will spend money.
Put it out there, advertise, get rid of it,
Put it out there, see if we can sell it.
Okay.
sell it for $1 after.
I'll have to get the legal description from you.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you guys wanna auction it in the paper, you might reach out to an auction company.
But I don't have to have.
That's probably the best way to do it, or you can, now, if you go that route, you don't need to get an appraisal, you just need to get the contract and have the contract sent to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you get a buyer.
So what am I doing?
Gonna put it out, see if anybody wants to buy that fine establishment.
I bet the people that, I bet the people running it, they will. Cause everyone's asking about it, and I'm like, oh, you probably don't want this thing. But, well, I didn't know what you were gonna say. So,
What a wonderful Cadillac you got over there, boy.
And or auction it.
Okay, so am I putting something in the paper? Am I contacting an auction house? Am I calling Harmon's? What am I doing? I'm sorry, I need directions.
realtor.
Yeah, but if you,
I'd go
if you're a
for
realtor,
it.
you're gonna try to pay
That's
7%
true,
or
that's
10%, depending on what they're rated.
But we need to put it in the paper that it's no longer
Sealed bid.
being the,
We're no longer gonna rent it
Yeah,
out for
that needs to be
functions,
on-
cause it's in
so I need to put that on Spotlight and all that.
Harmon.
Yeah.
Harmon's,
Yes.
yes.
What the insurance
Yes.
said, you can't afford the gas. And I think they only charge 3%.
For the,
For those
lawyer,
types of
he
Yeah,
just said that.
$3,000, whichever's greater.
I can talk to Mark.
Okay,
If
and
you get $3 for that
do we
building,
need a
Oh.
motion to
Then we have
not,
to have a
you know,
contract.
Marty,
no, I mean, a
liability.
motion
To
to
do that.
not rent that out, so I just need to put it out there, okay?
Are we just selling the building or are we selling the land it sits on
Yeah.
along with it?
You didn't have to sell it, man, you ain't gonna just sell the building, you ain't gonna pick it up moving.
Well, okay, you
This
want.
little shed over here, I think it's just this building, I don't think they sold land underneath it.
Yes.
The thing you have to run into, is, or you're gonna have to think through, is what is gonna go with the building in terms of the real property. I mean, is it on a fixed lot, is it on 2 lots, I mean, I don't know how it's platted around here.
It's
Does it
like
impact your
the,
access
I
here?
believe it comes right out to the edge of the blacktop where the parking stones are for parking lot here, and that's it, and then it goes.
Well, if you contact Mark, he'll do an analysis, a market analysis, and tell us what we have and
Okay.
what he thinks that we could expect to get for it, and then they'll advertise it, so. That's the best way to do it.
Okay.
And then any contract, just tell Mark to give me a call, but any contract has to be subject to the approval of the board.
Okay. All right, so I'll reach out to Mark and get that going and see if we can get rid of that.
Okay, question on that deal, do we wanna keep the furnace and stuff out of there, bring over here, or just do away with it?
I say, do away with it.
All inclusive. Right.
I think just after.
One price buys all. That's, no, we're, sell it as a whole. All right. Do we have a need for executive session? Nope. All right. Public comments. Mrs. Laird, since you've been gone for 3 months,
I just missed one.
well, it seemed like 3.
The fire department is having their second annual music bingo on January 25th at the Godfrey K.C. Hall. So, if anybody wants to come, we're having a fire sale. So, it's cheaper to buy your ticket or your table by December 20th is our cutoff date. And then after that, the price goes up higher. So right now it's $20 a person, or a table of 8 for $150. After that, it goes up to $25 a person, $175. So it was fun last year, so we look forward to it.
Do you have a flyer?
Yes,
Can you get
I
it,
mean, not with me, but I do.
can you get it to me and I'll get it on the front? And it'll help me with the information I need for this.
You've got it out on Facebook already, don't you?
Yes.
That's what I thought I
I know
saw.
it's on the fire department's Facebook page.
Okay, that's when I probably saw it, okay.
That it?
Thanks.
For all that time you was gone, that's all you got.
Not much going on.
Just one meeting, he said.
Angie? John?
The cemetery, I don't know how you guys feel, it hasn't been cut, there hasn't been anything done to it since, but I know it's getting kinda shaggy, my thoughts were, just kinda trim over before Thanksgiving rolled around, now that the rains come through and it's actually like, the whole thing's turned green where it was, like spotchy and whatnot, but I figured I'd leave that up to you guys, whether you wanted me to, trim it over one last time before the holidays and pick it up and clean it up, or whether it's good to roll till springtime, or kind of you guys on that, but there's no charge from last month's meeting till this month's meeting, because I haven't done anything to it.
I feel that it needs to be trimmed up, cleaned up before the holidays and people bring
I know it's
Christmas
gonna be
wreaths.
cold this week, but the next week, I think it's gonna be back up in the
Yeah,
Right.
60s, so I mean, the weather don't know what it wants to
This
do.
last bit of rain, it really took off, the whole thing looks nice and green, and should look really good when you trim it down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it needs to be something, because a lot of people go out there over the holidays, put great blankets on and everything else, so there ain't no sense in making it look crappy.
Everybody in agreement with that?
Yep.
All right, if you'll one more time, so that when they do, like you said, go out to lay grave blankets and things like that, that it looks presentable and everything.
Kind of what I figured, but wanted to run by you guys.
Appreciate it.
thank you.
That's not, Chelsea.
No,
Lydia.
that's Lydia.
Lydia, I'm sorry. Donella,
Don't have my picking.
Diane?
No.
Eddie?
Yes. Do you guys not do POs with your rock orders and stuff? That would solve this problem.
No, we don't.
Should.
If it was our bill,
Pardon?
we don't even know if it was our bill.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you did POs, it'd have a PO number on it. Problem solved.
Sure.
2, you're buying this thingy. You just said it's 20 foot for that one. I'm pretty sure if you do some checking, you're gonna have a harness, some kind of a lift, and a tripod to go over that hole also. Because if something happens, you will not send another man down in that hole. You will winch him out of there, dead or alive. So that's something else you need to look at on your price.
You have it all?
I think there's one of them out there, is there not? Yeah, I thought there was.
There's a harness, DBI.
Yeah.
Tripod, everything. The only thing they was lacking was a monitor to test the ambient area around it.
Is that it?
Thank you.
Nothing? All right, can I have a motion to adjourn at 8:11 PM? Is that proper?
Very good.
Have a motion.
Right where
Motion by Bev,
Yeah.
second by Gage. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you.